Alright, in today's video, I'm going to be giving Blue Velvet my world famous juice test to see how good it really is. Because Blue Velvet, we know it's a crazy ass motherfucking movie, but we got to give it the true rating, see exactly where it is. So we're going to be giving it my world famous juice test. Let's get into this damn motherfucking video, baby. First up, we got the storyline and plot execution. Blue Velvet's such a great movie. We know that, but if we're focusing on the story and plot execution, chat, it's nothing special. Let's be real. The storyline and plot execution is nothing special. It's a small town, it's a small town movie, a little mystery going on. But it's how they did the storyline and plot. We can't just judge it based off the bird's eye view, looking at the storyline and plot. If we really get into the nitty gritty, it's how they did the storyline and plot. But the storyline and plot itself isn't anything special. Okay, awesome images, awesome characters. We gotta love Jeffrey Beaumont right here in the middle. Such a good character. One of my favorites. I wish there was a little story, some mystery, something interesting in my hometown like that for me to discover. I could just be my own like mini Jeffrey Beaumont. There's also another movie like that too, where I kind of wish there was another mystery in my neighborhood, like a serial killer lived here and I had to solve the mystery type shit. But yeah, mystery movies are good. A little off topic there. The storyline. I think we got to give it somewhere in the 7 to 8 range, because it wasn't special, the storyline. When David Lynch was coming up with the story, he realized, okay, we're doing a mystery thing, but it's got to be how we do it. It's not going to just be the storyline itself, So in those regards, I got to exit out because I do this shit so horribly. 9 out of 10. Nope. I fucked up. It's an 8 out of 10. The storyline and plot's an 8 out of 10. I fucked up so hard. Shit. Okay. Now we know for next streams. Okay. Now we got the cinematography. I love this category for Blue Velvet too, because it wasn't even that special. The cinematography, it wasn't like Casino Royale. I thought Casino Royale had amazing cinematography. It wasn't like an Avatar type of cinematography. I don't even like Avatar cinematography. It's just like I'm talking about like the budget they use there. Like the Marvel movies have amazing cinematography. Got the best budget in the like $1 billion budget for a fucking movie. I mean, David Lynch, you give him $50 in a camera, I think he produces Blue Velvet. Now he definitely had more than $50, but with what he had, I think the cinematography is good. Yeah, I think the cinematography is good. It's nothing that's gonna break my brain, but the cinematography in general is good. I mean, look at these shots. Blue Velvet, this is iconic shot right here. The girl in Blue Velvet was too naked throughout the movie. If she was a little bit hotter, okay, yeah, I can deal with the girl running around being naked the whole movie. But her, I didn't really like that. But it's not about that. Okay, we're talking about the cinematography right now, not titties and naked girls. Yeah, okay, cinematography. Okay, you got this nice shot of Dennis Hopper right here. Decent cinematography. It's nothing to of course, blow my fucking mind, but it did the job well, and it helped me perceive the movie better in how David Lynch would want me to perceive the movie. I think that was really his goal of the cinematography. It wasn't to blow my fucking mind. Let's get into this rating. Hopefully I didn't fuck it up like I did last time. I made this slideshow in school yesterday, so you gotta cut me some slack. Where the fuck is it? Oh, fuck. I'm making movie slideshows in school. Cinematography is not gonna be a 7. I fucked up again, and I'm on the next slide. It's gonna be cinematography is 7.5, because while I was yapping to y'all, I figured out that it's not about. It's about how he wanted me to perceive the movie. Even like at the end, that little bird on the tree. That was the detail he had with the cinematography. He purposely made that bird seem fake, animatronic, seem bad, or not bad, like fake. I don't know. But now when I'm thinking of it, David Lynch, that was all part of his plan to give it that decent cinematography, not give it the exponential greatest cinematography of all time. He gave us this feeling of cinematography to make it feel a little bit more real and make it feel a little bit more authentic, like it's really happening, like you really just discovered this. And I think that's awesome what he did with the cinematography. So on that note, I'm actually going to raise it to an 8, because I don't think it deserves a 7.5. I think he really tried and did his best with the cinematography and to make it that good. And I think eight's a valid score, to be honest. Eight's a valid score. Characters and acting. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's go over some main characters. RQ. Okay. Damn. Mind blown. Mind blown. Like I said, the other categories can blow my mind, but this category motherfucking blew my motherfucking mind. The characters and acting were so good in this movie. Let's just start off with this guy right here. He's so fucking suave. So fucking suave. You gotta love it. When a guy's that suave, you just gotta fucking love it. W's in the chat if you like that scene where you just started busting out singing. That confused me so much when I was watching the movie. Not just because I was high out of my mind when I was watching the movie. By the way, that's a trick to make any movie hit. That's a trick to make money any movie hit. Just get high as shit before. But I was watching with my dad. I can't let him find out. But so I had to kind of cover it up a little bit. You feel me? I know y'all feel me, chat. But and then her. A little bit more ugly than I liked. That's the thing with movies. I feel like one part of me saying, okay, at least get a hot. If you're gonna put a girl in, you're gonna get her naked all the time. At least get her a supermodel, one with big titties and a nice fat ass. A little too graphic there. A little too graphic there. Yeah, a little too graphic there. But back what I was saying. Okay, maybe make her a little bit more attractive. But on the other side of me is saying, okay, it's a movie. You got to make it feel real. Because one of my favorite movies of all time, the Pusher trilogy, it was so good because they didn't get like Brad Pitt to play the gangster. They didn't get some type of fucking supermodel A-list tier celebrity to play the bad guy. They got somebody that really looked like it and really was about that life. And that's kind of my problem with the Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. Come on, at least get a Greek guy to play it. At least get a Greek guy that, makes it seem more realistic, like the true story. To try to keep it realistic, authentic. So I get him there, but she was just a little. I wish that she could have been a little bit better for the amount of screen time she was naked. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say. Her, okay, her. I'm not gonna say she wasn't attractive, but she's not that super attractive. But that's not the point here. It's the characters and the motherfucking acting. That's not the point here. It's the characters and the acting. Great character, great acting from her. Okay, also great character, great acting from her. Just a little bit better, a little bit better. But honestly, she did a good job acting. I loved her role in the movie that she played. Awesome acting too. Awesome performance. Awesome performance from him too. Good performance from her. A little bit more attractive, couldn't hurt. But yeah, no, I liked her character. I liked that dynamic with her and Mr. Jeffrey. Okay, now on to Jeffrey. This is where things get interesting with the characters and acting. Holy shit, good job acting. Holy shit, good job acting. You made me feel a different type of way. But the character, shout out David Lynch. Jeffrey Beaumont's such an interesting character, and he's a character that I feel like a lot of people could connect to, really relate to a little bit. Be that sense of curiousness, that risk taking mentality. I think that's an awesome character, Jeffrey Beaumont. If there was like a sequel to this, or if there's like a sequel and like he was another character in it, I think it'd be awesome. Jeffrey Beaumont's definitely one of my favorites. And then we got the man himself, Dennis Hopper, one of my favorite film antagonists of all time, and one of the strangest characters I've seen on screen of all time. Come on, Frank Booth. That scene when he first just started like acting weird. We know when Jeffrey was in the closet looking at him and her, like holy shit, was that a weird scene. That didn't. I was not prepared for that. Like honestly, I knew David Lynch was a crazy director, but that scene in Blue Velvet, I was not prepared for that. One of the most interesting characters, in my opinion, and one of my favorite characters. Oh shit, Dennis. I want to see this guy more. No matter how much I hated this guy and thought he was disturbing, the way he just like fucked her up, kind of literally and metaphorically. It hurts to say it, but it's a character I want to see more of. When there's a character that interesting, you want to see more of it. So I kind of want to see more of Frank Booth, even though he was a disgusting character. Yeah, he's interesting. I think y'all can agree with me on that one. Characters and acting. Oh, what's the score here? Amazing characters, amazing acting. 9.4. That's about right. One of the greatest characters, one of the greatest movies for characters and acting of all time. And I love movies where a true artist is writing it too, because first of all, I love Tarantino movies. But when Tarantino writes his own characters, stuff like that, and then David Lynch writes his own characters, movies like this pop out where there's some interesting, some real characters with real souls like on screen, not some characters that you can't feel for, that you can't emotionally connect to at all. Like David Lynch created these characters. It's not like I can emotionally connect to or relate to Dennis Hopper, Frank Booth. I couldn't relate to him at all, like not one bit. Take my word for that. But It's the way you can. I don't know. There's just something about that character, and then all of the characters: Jeffrey Beaumont, the Blue Velvet Girl, the singing man that was so fucking suave. I mean, characters in acting 9.4. It's one of the greatest characters in acting movies of all time, honestly. And then we got the enjoyment. Okay, I fucking love. I enjoyed every minute of this movie. Now that I'm thinking back at it, during the movie, there were some scenes where I was just like, "What the fuck? What is going on here? What is going on here?" But now thinking back at it, I had to give it a rewatch twice in the same week because of how much I enjoyed it afterwards. You know, after watching it, that's when I realized, okay, bro, I just witnessed a masterpiece. I gotta see it again. And I didn't really get that kick of enjoyment until afterwards. But when I got that kick of enjoyment, bro, I wanted to turn that thing on every 5 fucking seconds. Enjoyment, it's gotta be a 9. It was a 9, and I think that's a solid rating for enjoyment. Rewatchable. I just told you I fucking rewatch it twice in a week. I rewatch it twice in a week. That's not something I normally do. I'm not. I like to give movies time. I like to give movies time, space, shit like that. But when a movie is that, you know, you're that special, you rewatch it twice in a week. I can't hold back on that rewatching trigger. I had to pull the trigger, rewatch it twice in a week. Didn't regret it at all. First impression was still good though, but no brainer, rewatchable. Of course it is. Last up, we got the final rating. Final rating. That's it's a little hard. It's a little hard. It's a little hard. What do you guys think, chat? What do you guys think? Type in the comments. 9, 8s, 7s, 10s, 15s, 11s out of 10. No. I think I can give it a 9, but I forgot what I wrote. I forgot what I put for it when I was making this slideshow in school. 8.8. I think an 8.9 sounds about right for me. Blue Velvet's an 8.9. And like I said, I've given good movies or like mid movies around this range on my previous juice test, but I'm really trying to clean it up and make it a little bit more accurate. So the 8.9 for Blue Velvet, you know, it sits right with me. Because 9 movies, I want to keep very few 9 movies, just like IMDb. IMDb's got very few 9 movies. And I can't give Blue Velvet the 9 spot that easily, but it's not a movie that I'm ever going to forget. And the first time watching Blue Velvet, that's a memory that I'll never forget. With my dad, first David Lynch film, I can't forget that. That's more important than my birthday, watching Blue Velvet that first time. That's the best memory I've ever had in my life. I'm half kidding there. I've got a sad life, so I'm not kidding at all. That might have been the best day of my life, watching Blue Velvet for the first time. No cap. No cap. Blue Velvet is such a good movie.